everyone, and welcome back to the Divine Room podcast. I am Hassan.
And I'm Melissa, and this is a safe space for all divine beings to just be.
Ding! I'm not that energetic. I'm not.
That's okay.
Not like last time. I was like,
I think energy comes and goes, so that's okay.
Yeah, definitely, right. So how are you?
I feel good.
Yeah.
I woke up early this morning, went to the gym, and weekend workouts are different for me than during the week.
They hit different, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because, like...
Could be the energy, too, that no one's, like, there on the weekends.
That...
More, like, peaceful.
Yeah, and also, like, I think you're not in a rush. Because you know how during the week you're like, okay, after work, I got to hit the gym. And then I got to get a quick workout in. And then I got to go home. Like, there's, like, a schedule.
And sleep
yeah.
And do it all over again.
And on the weekend, you're just kind of like, you know.
Yeah.
So I feel good today.
That's good.
Yeah. I feel like sunshine.
Oh, you are sunshine. Every time I think about you, you are sunshine. You're yellow. That's what I think.
Am I your yellow?
Huh?
Am I your yellow?
Oh, that's cute. Yes. Yeah. You're one of my yellows.
Wow. That's crazy. On our podcast too. That's wild. The disrespect.
I think today I'm a little blonde. Not earlier.
Who's your number one yellow? I think I already know.
Ooh.
Andrea.
No.
Really? She reminds me of Sunshine. She has such a bubbly personality.
She is one of my yellows, but I don't pick and choose who my number one is.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Today you are.
Okay. Anyways, enough about this Leo because she could talk about herself all day.
No, you can't.
How are you, my love?
I'm tired.
Yeah.
I've been struggling with insomnia a lot.
Okay.
So last night I go to sleep till 4 in the morning. Yeah. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go buy some melatonin gummies right now.
Yeah.
Or something, yeah.
I think too, for me and my mom too, we were having insomnia issues, and turns out we're both really low on our magnesium.
Oh.
So you may want to just, I don't know, get some
it could be that,
work.
yeah. I feel like somehow, like, I was kind of like meditating last night, and I kept hearing like health, like hearing the word health. So I think maybe it has to do with something that I'm probably lacking, whether it's like vitamins or something. Yeah. So.
And then I know too, a lot of people in Arizona suffer from, like, they don't have enough vitamin D.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because we live in Arizona.
Yeah, it's because we're always locked in.
Because it's so hot. I don't want to be outside.
No, we're locked in because it's all hot outside.
Yeah.
You don't want to, like, even driving over here, I was like, I feel like I got 10.
Look good.
Yeah, you too. Well, what are we talking about today, Melissa?
Today, I really want to bring up instant gratification in today's society. I think it's so significant and has been really an ongoing issue since social media started. I mean, when you think back to like Facebook, or not Facebook, what was the one before Facebook? MySpace.
Oh my God, you think so? Since MySpace?
Yeah, because
MySpace.
Hear me out on
and
MySpace.
Then there's before Twitter was X. Twitter.
Oh
right?
Yeah, Twitter.
I feel like Twitter and MySpace was like kind of hand in hand. Like I had a Twitter in middle school, and I had a MySpace in middle school.
I lacked with Twitter. Did you have a MySpace?
You
did. Those are the fun days, huh?
I think it was fun, like how you could like express yourself through it and like code like the color background and all that. Did you have a MySpace?
I did.
You did?
I was
have
allowed
each other?
to have it.
Oh wait, you were the Melissa that went like this.
Stop. Did they like call out Melissa on this podcast today or what? That's wild. I did have a picture like that.
Yeah, for those of you that aren't watching the video, I'm literally covering my mouth. Because back then that was like the thing. Like,
it was the
cover your mouth and like you squint your eyes.
Or like the gun.
Oh my God, yes. I think you were so like very what's that called, like a swag girl.
Yeah, I was trending.
Yeah.
For that era.
I was the emo girl.
You were very
I was the emo and you were like the the swagger girl.
I just wanted to be trending, you know.
Yeah, we all wear them. It's
Yeah,
kind of cute, huh?
yeah. But it starts really from, you know, like when I think of my space. Well, first of all, for me, instant gratification is this need to want to have quick pleasure or quick gratification, right? And it can come in so many forms, but I think now more than ever with social media, it's so prevalent. I just think it's like, it's the sense of expecting immediate results and everything. And I think a lot of that, I mean, I've said it already, but it has to start from social media, because that's really where you see the next thing, right? Like, oh, I want to be like this person, or oh, you know, I want to do that. And there's never really a sense of slowing down and having delayed gratification. Because when you think of wanting something, like, it's a process, right? It takes time to receive something, because that's the journey. The journey of, that's what we talked about in our last podcast, is the journey of it. And I think today's society is so like, I need it now, I need it now.
I think it also has to do a lot with like stimulation that we're consistently getting from these platforms. I think it also goes hand in hand with dating apps, the instant gratification, right? Of like instant validation from going to one relationship to another, and like not necessarily going in between those two to like actually understand yourself and like grieve upon that whatever situation, talking stage, or relationship you had. And we have all this like all these platforms that are exposing us to instant gratification. And I think we're living such a fast-paced life that we're not allowing ourselves to enjoy like the present and enjoy
the journey
and enjoy like what is in front of us, because we just like want to get to where other people are at in their journey of life. And people are different in different stages. And I think before social media and all these platforms came about, it was simple. It was simple, and it was more like intimate.
There wasn't that pressure.
No. And again, like I said this before, we're not even supposed to be exposed to so many people at like such a short span of our lives. And we're just I just like the generation, social media culture is so weird. We're making some weird people like famous and influencers, and I don't know, like it's a really weird generation that we're living in. It's a really weird world that we're living in. AI is also involved in it.
Oh, girl.
And I think also with AI, as I'm noticing too, because I'm going back to school, I'm writing more essays. We're getting lazy. We're all of us are getting lazy in every single like aspect of our lives. It's like I don't feel like writing this essay. I'll just do it on AI, and then I'll do it in another app, and then make it sound like it's not me, and like reword some stuff, right? Like it's easy. Things are easy.
I agree to that.
Yeah.
But I feel so in my courses, because I'm also in school, I have professors who are now teaching you how to use AI.
It's a tool, and it's an amazing tool. And I'm not saying like we shouldn't have these tools. Like I think it's amazing that we are evolving as human beings, and as just like a race, a human race. Right.
But I get what you mean, like as far as delivering instant gratification, because that is instant. It's an instant gratification.
Instant. Everything is instant, right? It's like, whether it's like money, as well, like say you start on TikTok and all of a sudden you blow up and boom, you have instant gratification of fame and just knowing who you are, and then comes the money, and then also porn.
Oh, girl.
Yeah,
That's a big one.
Like that when you tell me instant gratification, I think
That's
of porn as
thing.
well.
Yep.
Yeah, because when people are just aroused, it's like, well, porn it is.
They want something to just like get off real quick and then be done with
just
it.
be done with it. And I think it's like another thing where like I think it's also been a toll on people's relationships as well, because you guys don't, some people just don't get to actually know their partner and know what they like and what.
Wait, I like this. I want to dig into that.
You want to dig
I want to start with that because I think pornography, when you think of back in the day, right? What was pornography? Magazines.
Yeah.
For me, that is so special.
Imagination.
Yes.
It's your fantasy, it's your imagination.
And it's a delayed gratification.
Yeah.
Because you're looking at magazines, you're kind of reading into it, you're looking at the picture, and you're envisioning, right? It, like you said, it's imagination.
Yeah.
And then we transition to film, right? Porn film. And now
that was like VCRs, DVDs. Like you had to go out of your way to go to a Blockbuster.
You literally
and like be kind of a weirdo,
right? Like nobody wanted to be in that
and
section.
rent out like a bit. Yeah, here you go. You know, that's what I'm guessing, right? Because I wasn't like old enough to do that. Right. But I mean, you would browse in that section. And you're like, oh, you know, when you're a kid.
Yeah. But now you can literally just at a swipe.
Yeah.
And you're there.
And then you just delete your browser history or whatever, right?
That's insane.
Yeah. It's
there's no imagination there. There's no delayed gratification.
No, and not only that, but with instant gratification and social media being involved, you start to have these expectations and these standards that are not realistic at all.
I mean, in a relationship, because you start to expect whether how this person looks or how they do certain acts in the bedroom, right?
Exactly. And those women that are in that industry, in porn industry, you know, they go out of their way to get trained, to possibly go to therapy for this, to enhance their body parts, and they're acting. They're acting.
They're acting.
They're acting. They're actors, and it's not realistic. It's not reality. A lot of this stuff is also like a fascination of a male's gaze. And also there is a woman's gaze in porn as well.
100%.
But what I notice when it comes to like women's gaze, it's more, and this goes into instant and delayed gratification. I think women appreciate more of the delayed gratification than an instant gratification.
Yeah.
Like if you really think about it, in anything, in anything that whatever that, whether it's social media or a job or a career or a relationship, women like it slow. Women like it.
Are we talking in the bedroom?
No, I'm talking about in reality. Yeah, in general, just like in a career and like being a hustler and being just like who you are. I just feel like women really do enjoy more of the process.
I would have to agree with some, because I have also met women who are like trying to be Speedy Gonzalez and make it to the top in their careers. And then there's also women, because we're in the topic about porn, there's also women in the bedroom who are just like, I just want to be quick and done.
That's true.
They don't even want to enjoy the process of being with your partner.
You're right.
Which is actually, you know, it's kind of sad because it's still that instant gratification. I just want to get off and be done.
I want to ask you, like, what do you prefer? Not in the bedroom.
Oh, because I could answer that.
Oh, if you want to, you can. But I just want to ask you, like, what are some things that you like that it's in regarding instant gratification versus delay? Like, what do you do
that's a delayed gratification?
That's a delayed gratification and an instant gratification.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I think for me, instant gratification, oh my goodness. Maybe, I know, fast food. Like I could be hungry and I don't want to cook.
Wow, okay, yeah.
And for me, one of my like negative aspects about me is I have like an unhealthy relationship with food, because I use food as like an emotional
coping mechanism.
Totally. And for me, when I go get fast food, I eat it and I instantly feel good. But now, because it's become sort of like, I don't want to call it an addiction because I'm not eating fast food like every day. Like that's unrealistic.
Yeah.
But when I have that sense of I need to eat now, that's my go-to. Or I'm feeling sad, fast food.
Oh, really?
Or at least like, you know, chips and something unhealthy to drink or whatever. I would say that's my instant. And then, let me think.
What do you like? What do you enjoy with delayed gratification?
Believe it or not, it wasn't until this year that I've really enjoyed the process of my career. I think initially when I was in pre-med and I wanted to be a PA, I just wanted to finish my classes. But because I was in such a rush to want to finish, I didn't have the time to stop and think, wait, is this actually what I want? And so I spent all these years thinking, come on, Mel, like, let's get this done. Like, putting that pressure on myself to finish it.
Yeah.
Only to find out, I actually don't want to be in pre-med. I don't want to be in the medical field at all.
Yeah.
And
that happens to a lot of people. Yeah. It's like you feel like you want something at a young age, and then you grow, you evolve. Like, you're literally not an adult till you're 25.
Exactly.
So your mind changes so much.
Totally. And I spent 8 years in the medical field thinking this is it. And then I finally get into the beauty industry where I work now. And I'm obsessed.
Yeah, and this too.
And
and you're very happy.
Yeah. And I like the slow process. And sometimes, don't get me wrong, sometimes I ask my manager, you know, like, okay, what's the next step? Like, I'm ready, you know, but that's just because I'm really driven. And in that sense of I'm ready for the next step whenever I feel like I've achieved what I've achieved. But I'm not where I was before, where I'm like, okay, let's go. What's the next thing? Like, I want it now. So I would say, yeah, my career. I mean, I graduate with my undergrad in December, and that was like,
that's so exciting.
I know. You're right around the corner too.
Yeah, I am. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
We're in a good age.
I think
so. We finally know what we want. It's better late than ever, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
And, you know, we've discovered so much about ourselves.
That's another thing too, is like going to school and graduating at a certain age where like society is expected to have your shit together and have a degree, you know? And I think who gives a fuck? Like, you can be at whatever age, and you can go get your bachelor's degree, and you can get more than one, and you can go get your master's at whatever age as well, right? I think we're constantly evolving and changing as human beings, and of course I'm not going to be the same person at 18 years old. I always have like that theory too of like people shouldn't be going to college until they're like 24, 25.
So you know a little bit. What did they say?
Also, your front lobe is developed.
You literally were in my brain.
Yeah.
I was about to ask you, what's that thing that's in your brain that like develops?
Yeah.
Is it the frontal lobe?
I always tell like the students that I used to work with, I'm like, okay, you don't know what you're saying. Like, your front lobe is not even developed. And then they're like, when is it developed, miss? I'm like, 25.
You got some years on you.
Yeah. So I honestly do think like there shouldn't be people in college. Also, like, y'all just got out of high school. Why are you going to college so soon? You know?
Right.
And like you're enjoying the process of being an adult and like
totally
being an independent person, because now you're like not as dependent on your family. You're starting to date. You're starting to do a lot of things as a human.
Totally. Now I want to revert the question back to you.
Okay. My instant versus my delayed gratifications. I think weirdly lately I've been enjoying more of the delayed gratifications. Like, I try my very best to not go to sleep on TikTok. You know, like I used to like just be scrolling, like, what's it called, like doom scrolling, literally the entire night until I fall asleep. And now I'm like reading, and reading makes me like imagine and fantasize more about a story and versus watching a show or a movie, though I still love to do that. I guess like those are my instant gratifications.
Yeah.
Is like watching a movie or a show and like binge watching a show until I get to the very end. And with a book, it's more of a delayed gratification.
I like that.
Yeah, and I think I like I've been liking more of like books and just reading. What else? Mm, damn, that is pretty hard.
It is.
Yeah.
It's because instant gratification to me is like, I mean, you already said it, TikTok. Like, I mean, think about it. You're like swiping and
Yeah.
swiping and swiping. And it's like,
Yeah.
it's that instant gratification of like you're constantly being gratified of whatever you're,
Yeah.
seeing.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're doom scrolling before you know it. And it's like 4
Mm-hmm.
a.m.
Yeah, and like you're feeding your brain and you're kind of training your brain to consistently be on this fast pace. I think that's a huge reason too why people are so hard to be connecting with now.
Yeah.
It's really hard. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
really freaking hard to like just sit still and talk to a person or get to know a person because they're just, I don't know, they just want the best next thing, or they're over it. They see one little like mistake or one little like red flag from you and it's like no. And it's like okay. An instant gratification as well. I don't know. I can't think of any.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
Do you feel like you live more on the delayed gratification, you would say?
Right now I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, like right now I'm more like I'm tired. Like I'm so tired of like keeping up with people and keeping up with like what the hell am I gonna prove anything to? You know what I mean?
So
Like
you're just living the slower life.
I really am.
That's
I feel
good.
like I've been on Instagram a lot where I'm comparing myself. I'm looking back at like high school classmates and they have like marriages, kids, getting a house, like, which is amazing and great,
Absolutely.
but everyone is at a different pace and journey. And
different chapters.
Yeah, and they're enjoying that, but I'm enjoying what I'm currently living in. And it's like I think you have your entire life to be a family person
Totally.
and to be married to someone, and you have such little time to be alone and really, really love your solitude and be there for yourself and learn more about yourself. Not a lot of people have that privilege, and we're so privileged right now.
I love that you said that though, because I think the beauty about delayed gratification is you get to really focus in on long-term goals, your creativity. It develops who you are as an individual.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's you're taking the time and the effort for, I don't know, the universe, God, to slowly bring in whatever you're aligning to. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. Yeah.
I just feel like when you're craving that instant whatever it may be, you're coming from this place of desperation of I need it now. And you're cheating yourself. You're cheating yourself. Exactly.
You really are. You're not allowing yourself to be in the moment and learn about yourself. And once you get that gratification, that delayed gratification, it feels so much better. Because the instant is so fast paced and so instant. It's like, well, you got it.
There's no journey.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't know. I think also I feel like people value that more, and people, yeah, I don't know. It kind of goes hand in hand with like when you think about someone that like is easy, right? It's like really easy to just like get to it or whatever, right? That's an instant, but somehow like I kind of value a chase. I kind of value that like we're getting to know each other,
and we have to work for it a little bit.
And we have to work for it, yeah. Versus the person that's just like, I don't know, whatever you want to do and whatever you want to say, whatever, like that. Like I kind of need a challenge and a person and a partner.
Yeah.
And that's why like delayed gratification is so much more beautiful and much more valued, and it should be more praised, especially now in this generation, because everyone's willing to get that easiness. Y'all are chasing the easy life, when in reality the long term is where it's at.
it's and two, like I think it's easy for, you said it earlier, for women to enjoy the delayed gratification, some women, because in this specific topic, we want to be chased.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it feels nice, like, like, let's take it slow, kind of get to know each other. And then naturally men, they have this biological desire
of like, I want it now.
That, but also, when you think about like cavemen, right? Like they hunt,
like, chop, chop.
Right? They hunt for, true. But it's not instant. You got to work for it, So I think that's a great
that is
point.
True. Like biologically, we're supposed to enjoy more of the delayed gratification.
I agree, but I think too, like, consumerism and like marketing, okay, a great example. What is that grocery shopping that they come to your door?
Instacart?
Instacart. Yeah. Girl, win. Okay, like back in the day, you had to show. Oh wait, that's your jam. I forgot. That's literally your jam. Damn, I just called you out on your instant gratification.
You called me out. I don't like grocery shopping.
Why? I think anxiety.
I know why. Yeah. I have anxiety. And so I'd rather have someone do it for me.
You want that instant gratification?
No, I'm just say it. No, honestly, like, I think as a single woman, and like, I'm a single woman.
No, that's
and
fair.
I don't have anyone.
Yeah.
And me going out in public, it's scary.
Girl, I went to that Walmart by your house that you took me to. That was wild.
It was wild.
Like, I was getting anxiety.
I know. You see what I mean?
I was like,
yeah, exactly. That's why it's like, I'd rather just go pick up my groceries and go home,
Yeah.
No, I just, it's a weird world out here.
I totally agree with that, and that's reasonable, right? But in essence, that is instant gratification. Like, you're having it right away.
That's true.
Right? Amazon.
Thank God for it.
Prime, right? Instant gratification.
Yeah.
I'm a Prime member. I'm not afraid to say that. That's my instant gratification. Like, I need my stuff when I want it.
But you know what? Now that I think about it, because we have these things that's instant, and it comes to you. That's kind of why, like, a lot of people are single too.
100%. That's what I'm saying.
Because it's marketing. They're more independent.
It's that consumerism marketing. And it's
like, well, I don't need someone to go to the grocery store with. Why am I going to get married? Type of shit.
Because everything's instant already, right?
Right. Because back then it's like, I can't go out there alone and do things by myself. Like, society views it as like, well, you need a husband and you need to be out in society with a man. A woman is respected more when a man is being accompanied. If a woman is being accompanied by a man. And there's Mexico's still like that. Like, literally, I just went not too long ago with like my dad's like hometown, and they're like, so their society's a bit far behind. Yeah, because it's a ranch, and men out there is like, yeah, they're like hunters. They're predators. And so when they see a little like a beautiful woman just walking down the street, they're like, damn, and like, they're hollering, they're fucking catcalling, they're out there like disrespecting the hell.
It's aggressive.
Yeah. The moment that I stepped out and I was by myself, like, I was like, shit, this is even more scary than like in the US. Then I come out with my brother, all their eyes were down on the floor. They did not look at me one time. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that is pretty crazy.
But like,
actually,
I understand. That gave me a perspective of why women also like end up like getting into a relationship or getting married so young. It's because that was the only way of them to be a part of society. It's like that's the whole like idea of like coming out to society. Back in the days when a teenager became a woman. And then she's like, oh, she's coming out to society. She's coming out. Yeah, like, a quinceañera, right? Yeah. It's that. It's like, I'm able to be courted now because I'm not allowed to be an independent person into the world. And that's something that society has changed for us. That's why there's more single women now too. I just thought about that.
Yeah. That's a good train thought. I like that.
Yeah.
And a different perspective, that's for sure.
Yeah. So in reality, women used to live, or men. Do you think men or women used to live in instant gratification? A man, right?
Back in the day?
Yeah.
I would say,
in what I just said.
I would say delayed.
You think that was delayed?
Because
a man's courting her?
Yeah.
And then now?
Girl, men don't court now. They do
Well,
not
I know
court.
that, but like, you think like right now it's more of like instant gratification for them in regards to women?
1,000%. Here's why.
Why?
Dating apps. Girl, you could swipe. You could have a date in 4 hours.
That's true.
Yes or no?
That's true. I'm a victim.
No, but seriously, you're on these dating apps, Bumble. The guy and girls and guys will be like, "Hey, let's have drinks tonight." Like, well, you're not even gonna take the time to like
get to know me. You're just out here because you want a cute little freaking beautiful face in front of you.
Right. I could be boring and you don't even know that and you're risking the chance. Oh my God. So you see what I mean? Like, I feel like now 100% is instant gratification.
Yeah.
Back then, delayed. You had to work for this shit. And you had to make sure, especially when you talk about Mexico and like becoming a woman, like,
yeah,
they were like, what is it called when they sing for you? Serenata. I don't know why that I always tell you about that because it's my dream. So please tell my future husband.
I got you.
This is what I want.
I got you. Damn, girl.
You know, I just like dating apps, pornography, social media. These are all things, consumerism marketing. These are all things that have created a society that expects also, instant.
I think it's also like perspective of like what a relationship should look like and what a relationship should be, because we're consistently being thrown with this content of like what a relationship should be, what a man should be, what a woman should be, you know, and it's constant. And guess what? It's repetition. And guess what? It's in your subconscious now. Because it's so stimulating to you. And it's constant. And that's why there's like this whole fucking gender versus gender with women versus men, and like men being a certain way, women being a certain way, and like we're not fucking connecting.
I agree.
You know what I mean? It's like fuck men, fuck women, you know? And it's like shit.
There's so much stimulation. There's so much stimulation on social media.
And there's so much opinions, and there's so much people telling you like what it needs to be as a relationship in regards to like, yo, just fucking live. Just live and know for yourself first.
So in a perfect world, in our perfect world, where instant gratification did not exist, everything was delayed. What would that look like in today's society?
There's no social media thing?
Sure.
Okay, just like delayed gratification world?
What would that look like when we talk about pornography, when we talk about relationships, when we talk about dating?
So like 1800s?
Okay.
No, but it's true, right?
I think that's what it would take.
I mean, I think so, right?
For me?
Would it be the 1800s? That's the world, right?
I could, yes. I would say more so like if I had to create a perfect world where it was delayed gratification always, I think we would go back into a world go into a world, not necessarily go back. Maybe, for sure. But in my perfect world, it would be men would take the time to court me and get to know me. And it wouldn't just be, hey, let's, you know, whatever. And social media would be more so reading on somebody, and it would be more like blogs and you could read.
That's nice.
Right?
I can't do that.
Oh, okay.
Because I feel like you're like now basing things off of personality. I need to see a face card.
Or a face, right? Like a face, but it's, I don't know, like it would have to be developed in a way that.
You're so cute.
What?
You're so, like, you're so like, like, I don't know. So dreamy. You know? You're like, I want a picture with a bio and just read and blogs. And I'm like.
But because you were developed and trained that social media, the face card, right? Swipe, swipe, swipe. Like, it's what we know.
Shit, my brain's kind of going. Kind of reminds me of like, there's a word for this. Like, like Divergent and like Hunger Games. What are those worlds called?
I don't know the name for it.
Names for it. There's like a name for it, like dystopian.
Dystopian.
There you go. Yeah. Good job, brain. Yeah, so those, I think what you're describing is like a dystopian world, and I think in those type of like worlds we would be segregated.
Whoa.
And then not based like on like gender or race, but segregated based on like whether you want instant gratification or delayed gratification.
Right? Our podcast could go for hours because we always end up going on these deep ass like
for real. That's the whole reason, right? When we started. But yeah, I think like we're talking about dystopian world where like I think people would be segregated, and there'd be people like you where you would prefer to date a certain way and like live a certain life, and versus like me where I'm like kind of like in between the two, where it's like I do enjoy some instant gratification stuff, but when it comes to like dating and to know people, it's more on the delay.
Wow.
I don't know, because it's convenience too, right? People love convenience.
That's true.
And like you love it too. You know, there's your fast food's convenient.
My Prime.
Yeah.
My Amazon Prime.
And your Amazon Prime is convenient. And mine is like the grocery stuff and Amazon as well. And
but that doesn't teach us anything.
Single people too, they're like, well, why do I need a partner? I got porn too. Yeah.
Definitely. I've met some people like that. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I've met some people like that. Yeah. And I think that's why like dating is so hard right now, because some people are like, well, I don't want to do the dating apps. It's a bore.
Or it's like, it's cringy as hell.
It's so cringy. It's so insanely cringy.
I think everyone that's on a dating app is horrible. I've tried it for years now. I'm not changing my feedback on that.
Yeah.
1 star. I'm yelping it as like only weirdos are on dating apps, and people that have freaking weird issues and have like these expectations of like you need to be perfect or else like if I see one single red flag, you're gone. That's not realistic. Realistically, like people, every single person, and even the people that are saying that like people are weird or whatever, y'all are all coming with baggage. You guys all have trauma. You guys all have a past.
You know what? I know what my perfect world would look like now that I hear you talking.
Okay, what?
Bridgerton. The way I would thrive in society.
Bitch, the way that you would get like cuffed.
Collars. They're called collars.
You would get cuffed. Shut up, you would not thrive in that shit. You would get cuffed the moment that you're out.
But I'm saying like that.
No, because the women that like Penelope, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
I love her.
Like
love
her. Like for her, it was hard, and she had to like reform herself.
Yeah, hers was not gratification. Hers was just delayed.
Yeah,
delayed as hell.
Yeah, and she had to like be a certain way to like bring in that man that she wanted, which is kind of sad, you know? Like she wasn't really accepted in a sense. Like she had to change like her exterior. And
that's true.
Yeah,
but I don't think she was ever pressured from society pressured in the sense of like she didn't have to change how she looked like the other girls. I feel like Penelope was always pressured by her mom, maybe, but not by society. Like her mom always wanted her to wear these bright colors, even though Penelope wasn't into that, right? She liked the more darker colors. And I think in that last season, we really got to see her.
I guess we got to see like what she authentically is.
But it was delayed.
Yeah, that's true.
It was so delayed.
Yeah. And I think it was also because she was pressured by her mom to like go into society when she was even young.
Yeah, she was way too young. She was way too young. Yep, but, I remember that.
I don't know, girl. Like,
but that
Bridgerton
society
was weird when it came because Bridgerton is like a fantasy, because in reality back then, like,
it did not work like that. No. That's what I'm saying. That's the world I would live in.
Me and you would not even be a part of that world because we're Mexican.
Oh my gosh. We need some Latinas in Bridgerton.
First of all, yes, we do. What are you doing, Miss Shonda Rhodes? What are you doing, Shonda? Put some Mexican girls in here, please.
I just saw the release of one of the cast members, and she's
Asian. Right?
She's Asian, and I'm like,
we haven't had an Asian woman either, right?
I thought we did. No, I think you're right.
Well, Asian in regards to another part, which is she's Indian.
Oh, that's so right. She's beautiful. I forgot her name, but yes, yes.
Her name too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But Asian as in the other type.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We haven't had an Asian woman in there.
No.
I think maybe background. But where the hell did Latinas at?
Like, I don't even care where. She could be freaking Dominican, Colombian, freaking I don't care. Just put us in, coach. Like, throw us in there.
Yeah. I think we're getting off topic.
I know. I just had to talk about Bridgerton because I just feel like Bridgerton, for me, it was a perfect world because girl, you did not find your husband like this. Like, you had to go to balls, you had to attend, these evening galas or whatever the heck they're called. Like,
why are we doing that?
We need to do that because
I think we just have to level up our society, like our
group, our environment.
Yeah, we have to level up our environment.
I would love to go to galas with you.
I invited you to galas. And you couldn't come.
First of all, on a whim, you were like, "Hey, are you available next week to do a gala?" I was like,
"Fuck it, we do it. We
ride at dawn."
Yeah, exactly. Like, I need you to be my ride or die. You know what I mean?
My bad, coach.
I mean, yeah. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I get invited to them.
Yeah. But I want like, okay. Do you remember Devil Wears Prada?
It's a step into it. You know what I mean?
It's
like the ones that
the practice runs.
Pretty much, yeah. I won't go to the ones in freaking New York. You know what I mean?
Oh my god. Okay, you see, Devil Wears Prada. Mm-hmm. What's her name? The main actress.
Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway shows up in like Dolce & Gabbana dress. Like, are you kidding me? That's how I want to thrive. I know this is super off topic, and we're like not even. But I'm saying, like,
is that delayed gratification or Instagram?
It's delayed. Hear me out.
Okay.
Because
let's hear it.
I'm enjoying the journey of attending galas, and maybe in this gala is where I find my husband.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or opportunities.
Or
for me, it's like I want to meet the big men so I can work with them and get the money.
That is true.
And then maybe in the process find my man.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Anyways, I think instant gratification versus delayed gratification is obviously something that we're not going to be able to necessarily avoid or dismiss.
Yeah. Or but I think either or.
Right. I think that the journey is really just about enjoying the presence and just being mindful of that.
I have a quote to end the podcast with because I was up late at night just looking at this stuff, right?
I like it.
So the spiral, this was my first tattoo, the spiral, and the spiral is one of our most ancient symbols and most ancient and enduring symbols. It represents the winding journeys we must take inward if we're to truly know and love ourselves. From these never-ending journeys, we return with infinitely more power and wisdom.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, and I think that is the whole point of life. Your journeys is to evolve, learn, be more wise, and love yourself. Stay present. Yeah, that's exactly why I got my first tattoo to be a spiral.
A spiral. It's
because
fitting.
I understood at that point in my life. I think I was 22. I said, what the fuck am I doing? I'm barely 22 and I need to enjoy my process of knowing myself, knowing my worth, knowing that a relationship isn't everything, and learning what it is to be a woman in this world, what it is to respect people, to allow myself to learn what a journey is in regards to a business and to love and to evolving and being stronger with my relationships with parents, family, friends.
It's so crazy that you're saying this, though, because today you literally were talking about, you showed me a picture, was it yesterday? And it was you when you were younger, and then you stopped and you're like, oh my God, I've been through a lot. Like, there's been so many changes in my life, and I think now that you're having like this aha moment of, I had to learn that it was about being present. It was about the journey and not that instant gratification of, I have to achieve, I have to achieve.
Yeah.
And you finally got to a place of, it's okay if it's delayed and I'm just in the moment.
I also saw a picture where it was like, water your soul first so your body can water your mind or something like that. Which is true, because like once your soul is in tune and open to just what the universe is trying to tell you, that's when things just start coming into place. But the next podcast, we're going to talk about something. We're going to talk about the red string theory.
Have like a whole podcast dedicated to it? Oh.
So stay tuned. Yeah. So I think the next podcast definitely would love to go into the red string theory. I think a lot of people want to know about it. And I think red string theory pertains to either love or
friendships.
Yeah. So there's a lot of theories behind red string theory for different cultures, and maybe we'll like go into it.
Totally.
But
it started as an Asian theory.
Yes. So this quote says, the red string theory, this ancient talisman is a simply powerful symbol of good luck, strength, and protection, believed to ward off negative energy. It's worn as a reminder to be helpful, loving, and kind while appreciating all the good in our lives. So some people believe that you wrap a red string on you, and when it falls off, it's because it did its
purpose.
Its purpose, yeah. I think it also goes hand in hand with the evil eye. You know what I mean? Like when you wear the evil eye, and once it breaks, it's because it protects you.
Wait, we should leave it at that. Just leave it at that.
I'm just
That's juicy. That's juicy.
I'm gonna leave it at that, but that is something that we really want to talk about in our next podcast. So
yay!
Stay tuned, guys.
So excited! Thanks for joining, guys.
Thanks for joining, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.